Hi, Achy Dad here, the older father blogger. Taking my achy body out on this $350 Jon Boat I got with a old Minn Kota 24-pound thrust and a new battery. Probably from Walmart or something like that. It's 3 o'clock and I'm going to time how far I can go upriver. I have awesome new oar lock and old oars I got from a beach house my uncle had in case I get stuck, and I'm going to go upriver until the motor runs out, or I think it's too far, and motor back and maybe stay near the dock to see how long this thing lasts on 3, maybe not 4, which is maybe 3 miles an hour, but see some fall leaves and see how long this incredibly heavy battery lasts. It's like 50 pounds. It feels like the 1800s with those first electric cars. I just want lithium ion or something like, that isn't literally 50 pounds. But for $350, the battery and the motor and the boat, and it doesn't leak that much, really. Not that much. We'll see how much it leaks. All right, what do we got here? Backwards. Ooh. Forwards. That's trolling speed. Number 2. Number 3. I gotta say, electric is awesome. I say I have an electric boat. It's really just a boat with a trolling motor, but it is electric. 4 is, oh wait, that's 3. That's 3. Not bad. All right, let's go to 4. "24 pounds of massive thrust. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Now there's a big difference between 3 on this, which I would say is like fast trawling and probably pretty energy conservating, compared to 4, which is clearly like time to go home, fishing done. Because this is 3 and this is 4. Kind of scary fast. Well, it's certainly a great way to cruise. This old Minn Kota has just a couple little screws here, so you can actually tighten it down once you get it relatively straight. It does have a tilt for if it gets too shallow. It looks about straight. Goodbye, geese. Winter coming. See if it gets you on the close-up. Yeah, I like 3. 3 is good. Well, it's just about ripping itself apart back there on 4. I wonder why. Because it's a super old motor that's worth about $50. So let's go back down to 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay. He thinks I need a new transom. Arr. Now, if I was a real pirate, I would have brought a battery checker so I could check how much juice was in the battery. And I don't think... It says back here, what does it say back here? 4, 3 hours? 3 hours on 4, I wonder. All right, so I've lowered it all the way down and I'm trying it on 4. It's a little steadier, perhaps a little faster, but it's pretty shallow river, so I don't want that propeller down too far under the boat for hitting a log or something, and I know there's some of them up here, so I'm not going to leave it down here, but this may be the fastest. All right, now we're near the road and the bridge coming up I'll show you. Got it to quiet down on the fastest speed. It really doesn't matter how fast it is, but I might say 4 miles an hour. Well, it is about 3:20, 20 minutes in. Up there under the bridge, the river becomes rocky and like a regular river you could walk across. Kind of big and wide. West River. Oh, Jake breaking truck, there it is. Well, we're taking on a little water. Obviously, I don't see it coming from where it was hatched down there, but it's coming from somewhere. A little bit, maybe some pinholes, get some JB weld. All right, well, we ran aground. I forgot I was paying too much attention to the videos, and I forgot how shallow it is here. So, full stop, and we're gonna get over to the channel. Right over there. Wait, it's got a thing for this? There we go. Prop's okay. There it is. There's the deep part. Okay. Tilt her down. And we're back. But I gotta keep an eye out. Under the bridge we go. Getting shallow. Oh. All right. Full stop. I think I gotta bring it up here. Well, looks like I'm rowing home. Now this is an old Minn Kota with pretty brittle plastic, and these are probably pretty easy to purchase. The motor still works fine. And I am going with the current, and I do have oars. This is why we bring oars. And these, like I said, it's got to be super easy to buy. And we got the all-important thingamabobber. God, that's a noisy road. Now hold on just a minute. That looks like this has been glued before. Right? That stuff, that lighter colored stuff, right there. Haha, Craigslist, huh? You know, this might work if my life depended on it, and I had a knife to cut this down and then use that metal part to really cinch it. But I'm just gonna start rowing. All right, so working on a total fail. Talk about achy dad, gotta start rowing. You know, I have an idea for a product. If I had something I could put on my head that had a camera, like a little box, so I didn't have to keep like using my phone, and it would just record really good videos, maybe at a wide angle, like 120 degrees, and if it's strapped on my head, it could strap to my wrist, and I could make it waterproof, and just a little, it doesn't have to focus, right? Just a little box. You could like do all kinds of sports with it, and be like, you could go anywhere with it, like, and do professional video. You could call it like a GoPro. You know, it doesn't row bad at all. Old school. Pretty good. I think the rowing is a little bit faster than the motor, if I row as hard as I can. Okay, that's some good exercise. I think my other product idea is a rowing machine, so you could get the physical benefits of rowing without being in a old aluminum $300 boat with a broken used trawling motor that's slowly sinking. Now the trick is to get back to that marina before my wife comes back from the supermarket to pick me up. All right, back to paddling. I've almost made it back. The boat is still taking on some water. They make the oarlocks that clamp on. These are kind of old school, I guess, and I need a string here so I can take them off and drop them. But I remember from growing up in Maine, if you know how to row, these are fine. You just angle the row a little. It's always pushing down. It's awesome and fast. Great oars. This is all on a windless day. Hardly any current, 0 waves. I think everyone should realize if you're playing around that a trawling motor on a really windy lake is certainly maybe not even going to be able to get you anywhere. And certainly on the ocean, have to be one of those modern, really good trawling motors, much more thrust. All right, so what have we learned? Good to bring oars. Don't hit rocks. Bring 2 propellers if they're only like $10 to replace. Don't hit rocks. Go upstream. No wind. Fix the leaks in the boat. I wonder if it's leaking over there. Boy there. Made it. Now that guy is rowing. Well, so the kids and I put the boat on some strong metal sawhorses I got from Tough Built, and we filled it with about 6 inches of water, and whoever found the first leak got a chocolate, and we found 3 leaks, 3.5, and I'll show them to you. And we JB welded them, letting it sit for a full 24 hours after scraping down to the metal, little steel wool, little vinegar, and then drying them. And I think that's it. I think it's gonna be dry. Certainly drier. Nice patch there, and this one, we did the whole line there. And I pushed, since it was upside down, it was about the size of a matchstick and maybe a 1/2 inch long. So we let the epoxy drip through when it was upside down and connected it to the epoxy there that had dripped through. And with JB Weld, that's going to be more than enough. I'm not going to put too much into this. It's been painted so often, I can't even find the brand. Slapped some new plywood there that I had around the house. Trying not to put too much money in this. I think this goop here was the previous people thinking there was a big leak. But when we filled it with water, it was only this corner over here that was leaking right there. So I think getting that and pushing it through that little pinhole, since the water pressure will push against it and it won't get worn away by scraping on any gravel coming in dock, I think that's going to be fine. Now, I've certainly thought of painting this boat with some aluminum paint. It's $40 a quart for the good stuff. But, you know, a gallon of paint has some weight to it. I don't think it would use a gallon, but if I were to do it right, it might use a gallon, like 2 coats. And that would add weight to lifting it on the car, equivalent of a paint can. And honestly, it would just be for looks. So what I'm thinking of doing is scraping the loose paint carefully off and maybe just painting those seats. We'll see.